Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Buff Breakdown. First of all, this is probably the earliest Buff Breakdown I've ever done. The news literally just came out. And the reason it is going to be up this early is because I am not streaming today. It's one of my days off. And I was planning on uploading other videos as well, but you'll see those later anyway. But yeah, I'm going to do this offline now because I really want to get this out. So we have another surprise buff on the arcade collab event. Now we just got a new banner for Shisho and Nightingale, and when I saw Shisho on Raid Up, I was maybe expecting her to get the buff, but no, the buff that we got today is just one. We got it on Miss Nightingale instead. It's funny because I just talked about her in the Berserker tier list a week ago, and I said she could definitely use more buffs. So hey, they listened. Well, probably not, it's just a coincidence. Anyway, they buffed her third skill here. Very interesting. So let's just get right into it. I'm not really gonna make this too long or anything, so what are we working with here? Now, again, I have to use Atlas for this. I apologize, because Wiki definitely doesn't have the info this early on. So the third skill used to be just a 50% targeted buster up for 3 turns for an ally on a 5-turn cooldown, which still, honestly, good skill. Maybe just a bit misplaced because she's hard to work as a support, but definitely not a bad skill by any means. So what did they do? They added 2 new effects on it. The buster remains 50% for 3 turns, and now the target also gets 30% crit damage for buster cards for 3 turns, and also on activation you get an up to 20-star bomb. So obviously, you know, cool little synergy there going on with the crit damage and the star bomb. And I have to say, that's the one good thing about her being a Berserker support, is that she definitely won't be getting those stars. So whoever you target, as long as they're not like a Berserker Avenger, they're probably gonna get those stars over her anyway. So there is one silver lining in her being Berserker here. Now granted, I was kind of hoping for more. I think, for the record, I do think this is a good buff, but I think she still needs more even after this, honestly. Like, you still compare it to, like, Merlin's third skill, like, sure, it's only 1 turn of crit damage, but this is for all cards, and it's 100% as well. It comes with the max HP, too. Yeah, granted, it is on a 1 turn higher cooldown, but it just feels so much better, honestly. Maybe this will give Nightingale some more esports value, although, sadly, it is on her third skill. So for you to be able to use this on a weak copy that you might want to get killed off in like a setup, you would need to have a minimum of level 70 on her. Now granted, she is a Berserker, so it's just still a bit easier to kill her off, but yeah, that definitely goes down on value because it's on the third skill for that purpose. But again, I do think it's nice, especially because both the damaging ones are 3 turns. Very cool. Maybe it would have been cool to see some stars per turn as well on the target, just to be able to generate more stars as well. Because right now you only get the bomb for the turn you activate it on, and for the other 2 turns, well, you're just gonna have to get more stars elsewhere. So again, I like the buff, but I don't think it's really gonna solve the big issues with Nightingale. But I really do hope that this is, again, just the start of something bigger, and that, you know, maybe her second or first skills, well, I guess the first one already was buffed, but maybe the second skill could still see a buff someday. Maybe, like, we were having a lot of theory crafting how to buff this, maybe make it AoE, maybe introduce some other stuff, maybe targeted, something, because as is, she is still very awkward to use in my opinion. But this is definitely a nice little boost. So would I move her up on the tier list? Yeah, I think so. I think I could move her into like a B tier. For sure, it's a good buff. It's like, as a skill, it's definitely very strong now on a 5-turn cooldown. That's a really solid skill. But yeah, it's just, again, the other, you can just listen to my opinion of Nightingale on the Berserker tier list. She's definitely a very awkward case as a support. Biggest problem obviously being her class. So yeah, pretty much as simple as that. But I'm very pleasantly surprised to see that they are actually bringing more buffs now. This is now the 3rd buff day on this one event alone, because we had the pre-campaign stuff with Tiamat, then 2 days ago we had another 2 buffs, and then now today we got this buff. I'm guessing they're done now after this, but again, I would gladly be pleasantly surprised again if they prove me otherwise. So there you go. I'm gonna leave it as simple as that. Overall, I think it's a great buff. This skill now is a really strong one, but still doesn't solve the big problems that Nightingale has in her awkward usability. So there you go. If you enjoyed this, do me a solid and press the thumbs up button, okay? You will see probably more uploads later as well. I am on a full content grind to get that backlog out there, and tomorrow when I get back to streaming, I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of other highlights as well. So yeah, good luck if you're pulling on this Shisho or Nightingale banners, and otherwise, I hope you enjoy the next videos coming as well. And have a good rest of your day. Peace out.